Okay, 5:30, declaration of opening of tonight's ordinary council meeting on the 22nd of April 2026 is made at 5:30 p.m. Welcome everyone, councillors and officers and members of the gallery. Item number 2 is opening procedures. 2.1 is acknowledgement of country, so I'd like to invite Councillor Williams to present the acknowledgement to country.
Shire of Northam acknowledges the continuing connection of Aboriginal people to country, culture and community, and embraces the vast Aboriginal cultural diversity throughout Australia. On the land of the Balladong Noongar and Whadjuk Noongar people where we meet, we acknowledge and pay respects to elders past and present.
Thank you, Councillor Williams. Item number 3 is attendance. 3.1 is attendees. So as usual, I'll go from left to right with councillors and welcome Councillor Williams, welcome Councillor Hughes. President Antonio is here, welcome Councillor Girac, welcome Councillor Ryan, welcome Councillor Biglan. And with the staff, we have, as listeners, everyone's here, welcome to all staff. We have the Chief Executive Officer, Ms Terrelink, Executive Manager Engineering Services, Mr Devsich, Executive Manager Development and Community Services, Mr Hunt, Executive Manager Corporate Services, Mr Streets, Manager Governance and Risk, Ms McCall, Governance and Risk Officer, Ms Blase. Then we go to page 7, we have item 3.2, apologies, which is nil. Item 3, approved leave of absence. Deputy President Councillor Mancelli has been granted a leave of absence from the 13th of April 2026 to 23rd of April 2026, inclusive. Item 3.4, absent. We'll just have one councillor, Councillor Poulton, and Councillor Poulton is not in attendance at any stage throughout the meeting. We now go to page 8, where we have item number 4 is disclosure of interest. We have a number of those, so I'll read the summary now, and then as the item comes up, I'll just make a note of that. So we have item 12.1. This is a Community Grants Assessment Committee meeting held 8th of April 2026. We have a declaration of impartiality from Councillor Williams. Councillor Williams has noted that as per declaration at the committee meeting, same item, 12.1, Councillor Girac has declared impartiality. Members of community organisations applied for grants are known to Councillor Girac. Same item, Councillor Biglan has declared impartiality. Councillor Biglan is the current Secretary Treasurer of Mundarra Progress Association and put the application together. Members of the Bakers Hill Progress are known to Councillor Biglan. Councillor Hughes has declared impartiality. Councillor Hughes is a member of some of the organisations projected to receive grants. Councillor Ryan has declared impartiality. Councillor Ryan knows Councillor Biglan, and we've already declared that Councillor Biglan is current Secretary Treasurer of Mundarra Progress Association. Item 13.3.1, Bushfire Control Officer nominations. President Antonio, that's myself, has declared impartiality. President Antonio knows all FCO nominees. List include President Antonio's brother. Through 13.3.1, same item, Councillor Williams has declared impartiality. Nominees are known to Councillor Williams. Same item, 13.3.1, Councillor Girac has declared impartiality. Councillor Girac is a council representative on the Bushfire Advisory Committee, and some members mentioned in the report are known to Councillor Girac. 13.3.1, Councillor Biglan has declared impartiality. Some of the nominees are known to Councillor Biglan. Same item, 13.3.1, Councillor Hughes has declared impartiality. Some of the names put forward for selection as fire control officers are known to Councillor Hughes. Same item, 13.3.1, Councillor Ryan has declared impartiality. Some of the nominees are known to Councillor Ryan. Item 14.1, which is behind closed doors, I will just detail when we go to that item. Then we go to page 10, which is item number 5, announcements by the presiding member. That is without discussion, so it is taken as read. So then we go to page 12. Item number 6 is public questions. We detailed the question and answers at the forum last week, so that is there for public record now. So then we go to page 15, is item number 7, response to previous public questions taken on notice. The questions were asked at the forum last week, so you'll find in this week's minutes the summary of the answers as well. That's okay. Yep. So that's item number 7. So there's a number of questions asked at last week's forum. So then we go to item number 8, receiving of petitions, presentations and deputations. 8.1, petitions is nil. 8.2, which is on page 17, presentations. I have 2 presentations. So I have one here. So I'm just going to read this out. So it's a presentation, more acknowledgement as well. I am pleased to advise that the Shire of Northam has been recognised by the Office of the Auditor General as one of their 2025 best practice entities for our financial reporting and controls. This achievement acknowledges the Shire of Northam's performance across a number of criteria, including a clear opinion, timely preparation of a CEO certified financial report, high quality financial report and working papers, and maintenance of good financial management controls. The Shire's best practice status has been recorded in the Local Government 2025 financial audit results recently tabled in Parliament and demonstrates achievement of our Council Plan AIM 12.1, maintain a high standard of corporate governance and financial management. So on behalf of Council and councillors and all our community, I extend my thanks to all the Shire of Northam team, some who are represented here, who have contributed to achieving this result. So well done to the, especially to the officers. The other presentation I have is I'm just going to present a gift the Shire received from the Indonesian Consulate following a visit by the consulate representatives to the Shire of Northam on the 8th of April 2026. The aim of the meeting was to discuss economic, business development and employment opportunities within the Shire. It was a very good visit between the Indonesian Consulate. So on behalf of Council, I'd like to present this to the CEO. And as I've said to the CEO, it's to display in the CEO's office, which is getting overloaded with gifts and awards that we've received. So I'd like to present this, this present as such from the Indonesian Consulate. So just so I can show everyone in the camera. So it's quite a nice gift. So thank you to the Indonesian Consulate. It was a productive meeting, and they're presented to the CEO. And 8.3 is deputations, and I know that we have none of those. So then we have item number 9, applications for leave of absence. We have a recommendation there on page 17. Councillor Ryan is moving, Councillor Hughes is seconding. Anyone like to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 6-0, that's carried. So that's on page 17, so we go to page 18, which is item number 10, which is confirmation of minutes. 10.1 is confirmation of minutes from the Ordinary Council meeting held 25th of March 2026. There's a recommendation there. Councillor Ryan is moving, Councillor Hughes is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 6-0, that's carried. And before I ask for a mover and a seconder for this item, which is 10.2, notes from the Council Forum meeting held 15th of April 2026. I just wanted to check if there was any queries or clarifications, because this is a new item since last week. No. So then if there's none, can I please ask for a mover and a seconder? Councillor Ryan moved, Councillor Girak seconded. No one's going to speak against. So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 6-0, that's carried. We now go to page 39. Item number 11 is items brought forward for the convenience of those in the public gallery. There is nothing I'm bringing forward. Item number 12 is reports of committee meetings. The first one is 12.1 Community Grants Assessment Committee meeting held 8th of April 2026. As councillors Williams, Gerac, Biglan, Hughes and Ryan have declared an impartiality interest in this item, all councillors declare that they will consider the matter on its merit and vote accordingly. We have a receipt of the minutes on page 39. If I can have a mover and a second for that, please. Saw Councillor Ryan and Councillor Williams. Councillor Ryan moved, Councillor Williams seconded. Anyone likely to speak against? Saw those in favour by a show of hands. And then that's 6-0, that's carried. And then on page 40, we have the adoption of the recommendations. Councillor Ryan is moving, Councillor Gerac is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 6-0, that's carried. We now go to page 41. So item number 13 is officer reports. 13.1 is the CEO's office, there are no reports. 13.2 is engineering services, there are no reports. 13.3 is development and community services. The first item is 13.3.1, which is fire control officer nominations. We have a declaration of impartiality interest from each of the councillors, which is Councillor President Antonio, Councillor Williams, Councillor Gerac, Councillor Biglan, Councillor Hughes and Councillor Ryan. As all councillors mentioned, have declared an impartiality interest in this item, all councillors declare that they will consider the matter on its vote and on its merit and vote accordingly. The recommendation for this one is on page 46. Councillor Ryan is moving, Councillor Hughes is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 6-0, that's carried. We now go to page 60. So item 13.4 is corporate services. 13.4.1 is accounts and statement of accounts, March 2026. The recommendation is on page 62. Councillor Gerac is moving. Councillor Hughes is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 6-0, that's carried. Then we go to page 109. I just did want to open this up for questions if we have to. 13.4.2, financial statements for the period ending 31 March 2026. The reason I wanted to ask it up for questions is we received a note from the advice from the CEO this week, and there was some question and answers between councillors. So I just wanted to see if there was any clarification with this, because there's a background in the brief and then during the body of the officer's report. So to see if there's any questions on this. So otherwise, on page 113, we have the recommendation, and you'll see that the recommendation includes item number 2, which was not there when you put the bottom. Councillor Williams is moving, and Councillor Biglan is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 6-0, that's carried. Then we go to page 134. So item number 14 is matters behind closed doors. Councillor Ryan is moving. Councillor Gerac is seconding. That's procedural. I'll put it straight to the vote. All those in favour by a show of hands. That's 6-0. So what I'll do is I'll go back to our substantive one here. And I will, just once the camera's back on, all good? Camera? Yes. So for the public recording now, we've been behind closed doors. So we had a recommendation from item 14.1, which is legal action for recovery of unpaid rates, A11495, A16732, A192, and A12452. The recommendation was that Council 1 authorises the Chief Executive Officer to issue a property seizure and sale order on land for A11495 in accordance with the Local Government Act 1995. 2. Authorises the Chief Executive Officer to issue a property seizure and sale order on goods and land for A16732 in accordance with the Local Government Act 1995, including the owner's properties excluding A16732. Item 3. Authorises the Chief Executive Officer to issue a property seizure and sale order on goods and land for A192 in accordance with the Local Government Act 1995. Item 4. Authorises the Chief Executive Officer to issue a property seizure and sale order on goods and land for A12452 in accordance with the Local Government Act 1995. That recommendation was carried. And then we had item 14.2. Minutes from the Chief Executive Officer Review Committee meeting held on the 25th of March 2026. First, we received the minutes. The Council recommendation was the Council receives the minutes from the Chief Executive Officer Review Committee meeting held on 25 March 2026. That was carried. And then there was the adoption of recommendations. The recommendation was that Council 1 accepts the Chief Executive Officer Key Performance Indicator Progress Report from 13 December 2025 to 20 March 2026 as presented in attachment 6.1.1 of the committee minutes, and that was carried. And then Council moved out from behind closed doors. So for anyone watching, we're on page 134 of our agenda. Item 15 is motions of which previous notice has been given. That is nil. Item 16, urgent business approved by decision. That is nil. Item 17 is declaration of closure, is made at 5:49 p.m. I would like to thank councillors. We did have a question and answers at the forum last week. We've had discussion. Thank the officers, as usual, for professional report.